Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show today. And in this Cricket Happening Show, it is the 4 days play in the final Test match between Australia and Sri Lanka. And let me tell you today, I would say that Australia definitely had lost an opportunity here. And the reason I say that is because John Holland and Nathan Lyon, the Australian spinners, could not actually spin out the Sri Lankans, and Sri Lanka, even though the ball is turning, they were not able to get the same amount of turn that the the Lankan bowlers were getting, and I feel that Australia are going to find it very, very tough here because Sri Lanka went on to post 312 for 8 at close of play, thus leading by 288 runs, and which was led from the front by Kaushal Silva, who got to his third Test century. And what a proud moment for him, because he has been struggling for the past 1 year without a century. He came to Test cricket with a bang, and as I said, he has one of the best techniques according to me. And I was really surprised, as I said, that if you would have looked at my Twitter comments, I definitely said I was very surprised that Kaushal Silva is not performing. But today, he came up with all guns blazing, I would say, as he scored his third Test century, which enabled the Sri Lankans to at 312 for 8. And now the match on the final day, where Australia had to avoid the whitewash, and Sri Lanka would be hoping to give Australia a whitewash in the series, and 288 runs ahead, and probably Lanka might play another half an hour tomorrow in the morning and then give it to the Aussies to chase probably in excess of 300 runs. And what a contest that is going to be. Now that is going to be the real test for the Aussies. So I'll come back to that. This is just a sort of a brief that I'm giving. And also, I will also have a look at the team that has been selected. As you know, the Test matches were squared. The Test series was squared between England and Pakistan. And now the focus is shifting on to the One Day International. The first One Day International coming on 18th of August. And the England have actually announced their One Day squad. So I will have a look at that. But first, let's head on to the 4 days play here at the SSC ground in Colombo and see as to what happened. So Sri Lanka resumed at the overnight score of 22 for 1. They still had 2 runs to actually wipe off, and yesterday, as you know, they didn't want to risk their main batsman, and I thought that was a great move because Kaushal Silva, as I said, went on to make a century. So Kaushal Silva and Karunaratne were the ones who actually resumed the innings today in the morning, and the Aussies were already there with the spin attack of John Holland and Nathan Lyon. And what a stumping. I mean, Karunaratne was the first to be dismissed today, but it was once again a very good stumping by Neville behind the stumps of the bowling of Nathan Lyon. As the ball turned, and Karunaratne probably, I mean, it was some very good keeping, one thought, from Peter Neville, the Aussie wicketkeeper, because he probably delayed the stumping, and there was no third umpire to judge, but the umpire's finger went up as Karunaratne probably had his back leg lifted, but it was only a case of whether Peter Neville was pretty, I mean, had he done it in the, what do you call, when definitely the ball was live, one does not know, but there was a bit of a controversy, but then finally Karunaratne was the one who was walking back, and that was a quick breakthrough which was provided by Nathan Lyon for the Aussies, as Karunaratne left stumped Neville bowl Lyon for 22 with 3 boundaries. Kushal Perera walked in, and Kushal Perera, as you know, he has that penchant for playing the strokes, and that's what he precisely did as he started putting both the spinners Lyon and Holland into the ropes, as he hit 5 fours in a knock of 25 deliveries, and then it was John Holland who actually claimed his wicket when he had him caught behind for 24, which made the score 69 for 3. And Kushal Mendes walked in, and Kushal Mendes, well, he did not waste any time. As soon as he came, he had only one way to go, and that was to hit boundaries and sixes, and that's what he precisely did, as he deposited Nathan Lyon for 2 sixes and went on to hit 1 more boundary in a very quick fire knock of just 18 runs. But it was Mitchell Starc who got a ball which actually was a straight delivery onto the stumps, and Kushal Mendes actually missed it, and he was trapped LBW in front. So he was gone for 18, and the score read 98 for 4, and in walked Angelo Matthews. Now Kaushal Silva, who was there at the other end, was watching it all, but also what Kaushal Silva was doing, he was looking pretty confident with his stroke making, as he was really playing some very good strokes square of the wicket. He was sweeping the spinners too, and he was looking good. I mean, he was one who was really looking the piece there for the Lankans. But at the other end, they were losing wickets as Angelo Matthews, the Sri Lankan captain, strode in to join Kaushal Silva. And then there was a bit of a sort of a partnership that started developing, which added 58 runs, with Angelo Matthews being a bit cautious with a knock of 26 with 2 boundaries before Nathan Lyon. Once again, Angelo Matthews falling in a similar fashion as to how he fell in the first innings, and that was to go on to a sweep shot. And in the process of playing the sweep shot, he actually top edged the ball, and the resultant catch was taken by Stephen Smith, as Angelo Matthews, who has been twice actually taken by the sweep shot in this particular test match. So he was gone for 26, which made it 156 for 5, and then walked in the man who actually hit a century, Dinesh Chandimal, walked in, and this was the time Kaushal Silva got some very solid support, as Dinesh Chandimal once again, Dinesh Chandimal was once again getting into the same groove as what he did in the first innings of actually occupying the crease. And Kaushal Silva, as I said, he has a wonderful technique, and he was absolutely pumped up when he got to his century, because when he got to his century, he took his helmet and he waved his hand, and he was absolutely ecstatic. And why not? It had taken almost 1 year for Kaushal Silva. As I said, Kaushal Silva, when he made his debut against Pakistan, he came with some great promise, and after that we saw his form faltered, but today it was something different, as Kaushal Silva really showed some great application and great dedication, and also he played some very good strokes. As I said, he was very strong square of the wicket. The point region was targeted time and again, and it was very good to see as Kaushal Silva got to his 3rd test century. And again, I tell you that to me, Kaushal Silva is definitely a future opening batsman for Sri Lanka, because the reason being, he has a very good technique. So Kaushal Silva was gone this time. It was Chandimal and Kaushal Silva, and it was a 90-run partnership. 90-run partnership that happened between Kaushal Silva and Chandimal, and finally that was going on, and now it was John Holland who came in and broke that partnership, which was a very important partnership according to me. And the wicket to go was Chandimal, as he was LBW bowled line for 43 with 4 boundaries, and in walked in the maiden centurion in the first innings, Dhananjay De Silva. And Dhananjay De Silva, well, as you know, one has seen as Dhananjay De Silva is such a player. As soon as he walks in, he has that sort of some sort of an aggressive streak in him, and that's what we precisely saw, as he did not waste any time playing his strokes. And as the score moved by 30 runs in that partnership, the wicket of Kaushal Silva fell, but not before he made his 3rd test century. A very wonderful knock from Kaushal Silva, I would say. 115 runs, 10 boundaries, and Holland was the one who picked up his wicket. And Dhananjay De Silva, as I said, he already had that sort of a super confidence that he, after hitting the maiden test century, and today he was absolutely into his element, as nothing deterred him, and he was really on to the Aussies in a big way. And then Rangana Herath came in, and his wicket was snapped up by Nathan Lyon for 5. But even though the Lyon and the Holland did it, but probably to give Sri Lanka a 288 runs lead in itself is something. As I said, this is not a 300 track, and I think Sri Lanka have definitely made the task difficult for the Aussies, and the Aussies have to really play out of their skins tomorrow. And then, finally, when stumps were drawn for the day, the Sri Lankan innings stood at 312 for 8. Dhananjay De Silva was on an aggressive 44 with 7 very nicely hit boundaries. Lakmal was not out on naught, and Sri Lanka, as I said, tomorrow it is a matter of seeing as to how long they are going to play. My gut feeling is that probably they might play for just 30 minutes and then give it to the Aussies, probably get some quick runs. Dhananjay De Silva would have been given the license to go for the strokes, and in 30 minutes probably they will they'll try to garner as many runs as possible, and then put the pressure right on Australia. And as far as the bowling is concerned, well, Nathan Lyon did a good job. He got 4 for 123. John Holland at 2 for 72 and 2 wickets to Mitchell Starc. I'm not going into the other bowlers here. And one thing I can tell you, that Australians have their task absolutely cut out now, because it is not going to be easy. And I don't expect Lanka to, or probably I won't even be surprised that if tomorrow morning we see Angelo Matthews, the Lankan captain, springing a surprise. I know I would say that 288 runs, probably it gives me the feeling probably 30 minutes or 1 hour, just wanting to ensure that by chance Australians don't take the match. So probably I have a feeling that it could be 30 minutes. I think 30 minutes to 1 hour, and probably in the 30 minutes if they could get around, get a runner ball stuff, even that would be okay, and then they can pile on the pressure on the Aussies. So it will be interesting, a very, very interesting day's play coming up tomorrow, and it should be a real beauty to watch. And as I said, Australia have to avoid the whitewash tomorrow, and for Sri Lankans, it is a matter of getting the whitewash. And one thing I'll say, definitely everything is loaded in favor of Sri Lankans. Even though Aussies are chasing, as I said, this is a crumbling pitch, and I can definitely tell you that Rangana had Lakshan Sandakan and Dilruwan Pereira are a different sets of bowlers compared to Nathan Lyon and John Holland, and they could really cause real havoc here, unless and until the Aussies can show some admirable technique. And as I said, looking into what they have done, the Aussies, tomorrow, according to me, looks a very tough day for the Aussies. But good luck to the Aussies, good luck to the Lankans, and as I said, a beautiful day of cricket coming in tomorrow on the final day of this Test series in the Vaughan Muralidharan Trophy between Sri Lanka and Australia. So now I turn my attention down to some cricket news, and I'm going to England here, where England now, the attention shifts on to the one-day internationals which are coming up between England and Pakistan. 18th August is the first one-day international which is going to kick off, and let's have a look at the England ODI squad that has been selected. Morgan is the one who is going to be leading the side. Moeen Ali, Johnny Bairstow, Josh Butler, they're all specialists as far as one-day cricket is concerned. Liam Dawson is the one who has come up. He's the bowler, and he's a good bowler, let me tell you, Liam Dawson. So Liam Dawson has come into the team. In my reckoning, Liam Dawson is one who's actually a left-arm spin bowling all-rounder, so he would also bat and he will also bowl, so that is a good thing for England. And then they have Chris Jordan, Alex Hales, Liam Plunkett, Adil Rashid, Joe Root, Jason Roy. You know what an exciting player he is, Jason Roy. It's a treat to watch whenever Jason Roy plays. Ben Stokes is back, so Ben Stokes, we all know what a mercurial all-rounder he is into the mix. David Willey, they are all specialists as far as one-day cricket is concerned. Chris Wokes and Mark Wood has been given an opportunity. So Mark Wood has been drafted into the team after all his injuries, which is good to see, and Ben Stokes is back. So they've got a 15-man squad going here, but James Wins, after not getting even a single 50 in the Test series against Pakistan, has lost his opportunity. He has been dropped from the one-day scheme of things. Well, but probably James Wins is someone, to me, I feel very sorry for him, but definitely one wishes him well, and probably one day I won't be surprised if James Wins again comes back, because I think he's quite a talented bloke who probably has to iron a few chinks in his armor, and then probably come up and really show to the cricketing world what he can do. Well, so that really sums up my Cricket Happening show for today. Hope you all enjoyed this cricket broadcast of mine. There's more to come tomorrow, as I said, don't miss it. Tomorrow is going to be a beautiful Cricket Happening show, as I will be reenacting the tale that would happen at the SSE, at the Sinhalese Sports Ground in Colombo, in the final day of the Test series in the Vaughan Muralidharan Trophy between Australia and Sri Lanka. And what a beauty that is going to be. Till such time, just wait for me to appear on Cricket Happening show to dwell on that. And till such time, I see you all. This is your host Ram signing off for the day. Thank you.